してるより愛してることを伝える言
Hello there,
葉が
Mom
な
Terry
い
here.
の
How
は
you doing? All right, let's pretend we're out there camping. We're on BLM property, and as you can tell, I'm in my little convalescent room. My head is so cold right now. I have to wear my little head thing. But let's say we're on BLM property out in the middle of nowhere, and we really want to make a pretty pair of earrings, right? But we have two things. Number one, there is no Hobby Lobby in the area to get these pretty little wood chips that, you know what, if you get them on half price, that's a good deal, you know. But, okay, so there's no Hobby Lobby in the area. You've been camping for a whole week, and all you have, you drank all your sodas, you have this box here, you ate all the orange dark chocolate, you put up your Halloween decorations, and you have your Zip Viz. This is all you have. How are you going to make these fancy little wood chips right here? All right, so wood, you know, you get cardboard, and cardboard is made from wood. There we go. But, you know, basically paper is wooden glue chips. So I'm going to show you how to make something that's very, very durable. In fact, here's one of the chips that I made the other night, and I'm going to knock it down. Hear how solid that is? Didn't break or anything. That's made out of a shredded wheat box, and you can have the design showing or not showing. I use one side to paint and one side to, you know, it'll look nice and it'll look shiny. Anyhow, so we're going to make this little wood chips. We don't need a lot of ingredients to do it. No, we don't. But what I have right here is I have some fresh baked wood chips that's just finishing up, and here's how I set it up. Is when I make my wood chips, I put them all on a cookie sheet, then I put these up on my shelves and I let them dry for 24 hours. Anyhow, I digress. I'm going to tell you what you need to get going, so give me a sec. All right, so the ones at Hobby Lobby already have a pre-drilled hole. If you go to the Dollar Tree, these are very thick. Now I'm going to show you how to put a hole in them, not today, but if you have a little wood burner with a nice tip, you can put a hole in it. And, you know, Dollar Tree, I think you get 14 of them for $1. And these are little gingerbread men, same thing, 14 of them for $1, but there's no hole in that, so that'll be an upcoming video. So I just took apart all the clamps, and, you know, I made me some large ones. I made me some small circles. So let's get started. So the reason why I like doing this, cutting this stuff down, is if you're on BLM property, what you do is if you bring it in, you take it home with you. Well, this can get bulky over time. So we're going to show you how to turn this into basically nothing. So you have more vehicle space or wheel estate to live in. All right, here we go. All right. The first thing you need is trash. The second thing you need is something to cut the trash down. I always have my scissors from Harbor Freight, which is always under $1. And, you know, you can use a pill bottle and cut a circle template. I'm not going to do that. What I have are these thick things and these punches, and I got these on clearance over at Michael's. So that's the second thing. First, we tear up the trash, and I'll show you how to do it. Then we cut out a ton of circles. Next, we need to glue the circles together, and then we need some clamps. Now, these are the clamps that at nighttime, when I want to hang up my blankets to keep warm, these are the clamps I use. But I also wanted to show you, these clamps could leave an impression on it. So these aren't soft, but I use them anyhow. These I get, let's see, these are really nice soft edge clamps, and I know most people don't have a Daiso store around them, but 14 of them for $1.75. One thing I do know, most people live real close to a Dollar Tree. Well, these are $1.25 over at the $1.25 Tree. What do you get? You get 6 pieces, and they have rubber, so they're really, really safe to use. So I think that's about all we need. And of course, I love putting things on my cookie sheets, which I get from the $1.25 Tree, because once I set everything up, I love putting it on top of my cabinets, and they can dry overnight. All right, let's begin. All right, so in the morning, what I do is I harvest all my little chips. And yesterday, I made 8 of the large ones and 8 of the medium ones. And what I have is this handy dandy little box, and these are all my little squares, and some of it are just paper that I cut out, and some of these are the little chips, and eventually I'll glue the paper to the chips. So I simply put all my made chips into the box, so when I'm ready to create some artwork, I got it all nice and sorted. There we go. Everything's put away. Yay! Now we're going to make some chips. I'm going to start with the largest to the smallest. So the first thing I have is my soda box. And basically what I want to do is cut along the edges carefully. And it doesn't matter if it's a little weak or wimpy. We're going to glue things. We're going to Mod Podge it and everything. So, basically we don't want any folds, or we don't want any glue on it. So I'm going to go ahead and tear this apart and show you what I got as finished pieces. All right, so I carefully tore apart this thing. You can see how much glue there is right here. So you just want to be a little bit ginger, because that'll make a nice little thing to cut out. And, I need a lot of stuff because I make a lot of crafts. So next I'm just going to cut apart all the seams and cut that apart right there. And I'll show you what I have when I'm done. I just heard someone ask a question. What about toilet paper tubes? Are these a good candidate for this? Well, yes, they are. But what we're going to do with the toilet paper tubes is we're going to paint the whole thing, fill it with paint. And then because they're nice like this, we're just going to sit them down and they can dry like that. So that's a lot more simpler. Then we'll cut it apart. All right, back to cutting up that box. So I just had another person type in, and yes, I'm joking. I'm just thinking of this thing as I cut along. All right, so they're like, what about beer? We go camping and we carry beer in boxes. That's an excellent idea. Go ahead and cut apart the beer boxes. That was last week's things that I cut apart, but beer boxes work too. All right, so I cut up the soda box. We'll get that box back to that box in a minute. Next, we have this box. All right, now, yes, I ate all the little orange chocolate ones, and boy, were they delicious. But this box has special challenges. All right, so I open it up, and inside, it has this. I'm not sure if I can use this, so I'm going to put this aside. But, all right, so the bottom thing is a single piece. This is a double piece. Even though this is thick, I don't think this is going to cut through with this. We can try. I don't want to mess up my die. And I'm going to give you a quick tip. We're cutting paper, basically paper with these punches. They're going to get dull. So all you have to do is get some aluminum foil and cut some little pieces of circle shapes of aluminum foil using this, and it'll sharpen right up. Or when you're doing your aluminum cans, these they are paper punches, but they do go dull. Anyhow, so something this double thick. I also have my Cuttle Bug, which folds up into nothing, and I would use like a little circle die, not like this, but you can see how thick this die is. I'll do this in no time at all. But you know what? We're going to jump this bridge when we get to it. Our first thing, what we're going to do is we're going to cut up that soda box. So we're going to get right to it. So I have a piece like this, and it has a lot of glue on it. I mean, this side's okay, but except for it has all that glue on it. I did bring out my little itty bitty circle punch, but you know what? We're going to put that in the waste pile. We're going to see how much waste we have. Let's see. Can we do anything with this? I'm going to put this in here. Maybe we can get one circle out of it. So I line it up. We got one circle, but that's all we're going to get out of it. Still, maybe 2 circles. Whatever I can do to not drive, I can get 2 circles out of this. Whatever I can do to not go to the dump as much, that's going to be wonderful. All right, so you know what? It's good that I have a small, medium, and large circle, right? All right, next we have a piece like this. We're going to make some circles. Now, if you see anything like with stitch lines, I hope you can see the little stitch lines. That's not a candidate. And that's what we use our scissors for, to cut it down. But unfortunately, it looks like I can only get 1 circle out of that. Yep, not going to get 2 circles out of that. And I'm going to repeat the process. I'm going to work up to the bigger pieces of chipboard, and we're going to cut it out. Now, this piece really is a disaster, isn't it? Maybe I can get one good piece. Yeah, one good piece, one good circle right there. That's about it. Maybe 2. Maybe 2? Yeah, I can get 2 circles out of it. But you know what? Whatever doesn't go to the, let's cut it down. I see a little piece that I can use right here. But what I need is a flat edge, and in the future I'll do a different angle so y'all can see, but I'm in my sick bed right now doing these videos. So I see that I can get another circle. You know, it's funny, I don't like working with the small circles. I like making bigger earrings, but you know, that's not to be. All right, so we have a little hinge right here. I'm going to look at the glue, and I have some space over here that I can make a circle or two. You know what? No, I can't. So I'm just going to cut it off, and now we're going to graduate. Next, I'm going to go up to my bigger circle. Why to my bigger circle? Because my goal for this week is I want to make half moons, and that's the diameter of my bigger circle, and then I just cut it in half. Now then, I may cut it in half, or you may have something like this, something smaller that you can use to cut the little half moons out. I am so tired of working with circles. I want to work on half moons. So next I'm going to grab, you know, you work, if you see a piece and you know you can only get the small circles out of it, you do the small circles out of it. But like I said, I want the really big piece, and it just slides to unlock, and it unlocks. So I'm going to try to get as many big circles out of this as I can, and then we work our way down to the medium and the small piece. And then in the end, we're going to see how much of this stuff we're going to take to the dumpster. Oh, that's a nice big circle right there. There's not going to be a lot of stuff going to the dumpster, let me tell you. There's 2 big circles. Oh my gosh, can I get 3 or 4 out of this? 3? This is exciting, isn't this? Well, maybe not to you, maybe not to you, but it is to me. I love seeing things not go into the dumpster. All right, I'm going to lower this so you can see it even more. All right, so we punched 4 really large circles out of it. But I think what I can do is get a small circle out of it. Not that I want to get a small circle, but y'all know how I feel about the small circles, right? I find it too restrictive in doing art, so I'm going to see if I can get that in there. Nice little flat bead. Yep, I have enough to make another one. Look at this. We're reducing our trash by so much. All right, another piece, which we have some glue right here. But that's not going to deter me. I think I can get a few really good big circles. I'm thinking to myself, I love the big circles. I love the medium circles. And I'm just curious to see how much trash is going to the landfill this week, right? All right. And please don't write in. I'm not one of those people, you know, whatever about climate change. I don't do this because of climate change. I just think it's silly to... you know, why go and buy something when you can make it? That's where I come in at. All right, I think I can get a couple of small circles out of this piece, so we're going to go right in. We're going to go right in. Can we get it in there? It doesn't want to go in this way. Let's try it this way. All right. And then in the end, we'll see how many small circles we have that we get to decorate. That'll make a couple of small circles. All right, another piece for a large circle. So yay, and then we're coming up upon a couple of grody pieces that we can't use. Too much glue. But remember, you know, the wood chips are, paper is basically wood chips. There's 2 more nice little circles out of that little piece. All right, this is the part that I was saying. I don't know, maybe I can get one really big circle over here. Let's see how it goes. There we go. And today, I'm not going to be able to glue up all these circles. I'm only going to be able to glue up so many. But then tomorrow, I'll have another set of circles to go, right? All right, this is another piece. I can get another big circle out of it. And you know what? I may have 3 medium-sized circles. I can't get another big circle out of that. So let's try some medium circles. I'm cutting it down, getting the medium circle maker. And like I said, I make quick work of garbage, don't I? Okay, I can get a medium one there, and I think there's too much glue. Too much, yeah. Good enough, good enough. But yeah, that's too damaged. All right, next we have this piece that has the seam right here, so we really can't do anything with that. But down here, I'm going to use this edge and get out my big circle punch and make circle, circle, circle. And then when I'm done, I'll show you how we figure out what we're doing next with the piece. Like I said, I want to take the least amount to the dumpster as possible. Anyhow, I hope you guys are enjoying my series on how to make earrings. I find it so rewarding. Now, the earrings that I showed you that were the half moon earrings, how did I make them? Wait a minute. Aren't these pretty? All right, so what I do is I get a little bowl of water and I go to the thrift stores and I get nail polish that nobody wants. And I'm not going to put somebody else's nail polish on my fingers, but I'm going to use it in my art. And I just drop a couple of drops of the nail polish in the water. I dump this in. I think it's called hydroplating or whatever. Bring it out, let it dry for 24 hours, put some Mod Podge on the top, and I have a beautiful, beautiful pair of earrings. And the good thing is, you never know what you're going to get, right? So there are so many ways that I make earrings out of recycled stuff. So this looks good. What it looks like is I got a bunch of large circles out of it. That's my thing. And I'm going to cut a straight line here, and I may be able to get some more large, but probably a lot of medium circles. So here we go. We're just cutting a nice little straight line. Sort of straight. Sure, I'll go along with sort of straight. There we go. And believe it or not, you can also use this for stencils if you want to pounce. You can use this for so many things, but I'm not going to use it. All right, next up, I can see I need the the medium one. So we're going to make a bunch of medium ones. And then basically all we have is a small little strip. Isn't this better than taking all this, you know, living with this in your car for a couple of weeks while you're out exploring the country on BLM property? You have an art project right there waiting for you to make it. Want to make sure you get the full circle in there. There we go. I hope you're enjoying this. I hope you're enjoying doing this with me. All right, so there we go. So we got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 medium circles, 2, 4, 6, 6 large circles. I have another piece, didn't see it right here. We're going to see how many big circles we can get out of it. Maybe 2. Maybe. Yeah, it looks like about 2. You know, this one's not so perfect, but I'm going to put glue there and glue it to something that is perfect. So it'll help it. It'll help it along. Again, I'm going to cut it right here. See if I can make one more large one. And see where we're at. Yep, I get one more large one out of that. Isn't that wonderful? So I'm going to continue up the process and I'll come back with you when I'm all done. All right, so this is all I have left of the soda box. So this is all I have to discard. So almost everything has been used. And what did I get? All right, I got 10, 20, 30, 40, 43 of the large circles. And it takes 3 of these to make a large circle earring. So you guys can do the math. That's about 12 or 13 earrings. I got 9 of these. So that'll make 3 of the blanks. So that's a earring and a half. And then I got 20 of these small, divided by 3. Oh my gosh, maybe let's lie and say I got 21. That'll make 7 earrings. So yeah, basically I got a lot out of it. All right, now we're going to begin the gluing process. But first I'm going to chop down the other box. I'm going to get all my boxes out of the way and I'll be right back. All right, so I wanted you to watch me prep this box because this one is more challenging. If you don't have a Cricut Cuttlebug then, or something with big dies, then this piece really is nothing good to you. But to me it is. It's already been glued twice, so yay. Makes my life so much easier. And some of you people are like, well, can you glue things onto this? Yes, you can. Even though it's shiny, it still is porous. So yes, I can go ahead and use it. So now I'm just going to take off the tab that I can't use. And then who knows, maybe next week I'll bring out my Cricut Cuttlebug and show you a couple of different dies and how I die cut. And basically the only thing that I can use is the flat bottom. So I'm just going to dive right in there, cut along the 4 things. 1, 2, 3. I'm getting tired. I'm getting tired. That's okay. Yeah, I can only use the bottom, but you know what? Hey, whatever. You know, if I can get a couple more pairs of earrings, I can get a couple more pairs of earrings, and there's not going to be a lot of waste going to the landfill. Yeah. Or basically, I'm not living with a bunch of trash in my car. And for those of you that know me, I also use this. I call this absorbent in my little bucket that we use for our bathroom. So, and this does absorb a lot of the liquids. So you can use it that way too. You know, I hate throwing things into the landfill. I really do. All right, so this is all chopped up. This is the only good usable piece I'm going to get out of it. But this is the only thing that's going to the landfill. So that's pretty good. All right, back to my punches. Starting with my big punch. Yay! I'm going to see how many big ones I can get out of here. You know, and I said 3 of these circle equal 1 earring, but I'm doing the half moon, so I'm actually getting, I'm doubling that, if that makes sense to you, because I'm going to cut these in half. So that'll be pretty cool. All right, that's 1, 2, 3. We get to the end of the line. What do we have to do? We have to cut it with the scissors so we can get a nice straight little edge so we can cut out some more. So it looks like I'll get about 6 of these bigger circles and a couple of medium circles. So sweet. And yeah, you can glue your root beer to your candy boxes, to your cereal boxes. It doesn't matter. You know, it's all made out of the same stuff. The only thing I don't like is the corrugated, because it's kind of hard. You know, I like to decorate the sides of my earrings. I'll show you right here. See how nice that is? Well, if that's corrugated, which means there's little air gaps and everything, it's hard to fill it in and make it look good. And this is easy, just to go around it with a silver marker before I go ahead and make it look all pretty. All right. Oh, wow. It looks like I can get another thing of large earrings going this way. So, yay. So, 9 pieces out of here. Like I said, it's all mix and match. And whatever I don't get to glue today, it'll go into the box until I can glue it tomorrow. And the little wood chips that I made today will go in the same box too, as ready to make. All right, and it looks like I can get a couple of small ones out right here. So I'm just going to cut this apart, get it as flat as I can. Maybe I can get some small, maybe I can't. No, I don't know. It's a close call. It's a close call. I'll get my small little punch. And these are really nice because I can see what I'm doing. Open it up. Can we get any small? Oh, good. There's a small right there. There we go. Pop right on out. It's going to be pretty darn close, but it's looking pretty good. There we go. And if they don't pop out, usually they'll pop out. You just wiggle around, or you have a little pick and it'll just come right out. This one, I'm pretty sure, yeah, it's too small. It's not going to work. So, hey, at least I got 2 of them out, and very little to the landfill. Yay! Next, I have this little weird shape, and I'm not sure, will my big die fit it? So, you know, I just put my big die away, but I do have a circle, so I'm just going to measure it right here, and it looks like, nope, it's the big die is too big for it, because I got a little gap here and a little gap there, so we're going to go get the medium die. Medium die. There we go. This is why I have 3 different sizes. And you know, when you make earrings, I'm going to cut out the little mediums, little things, right? Variety is the spice of life. It really is. All right, and maybe I can get another small one here. I'm trying, I'm focused. There we go. All right, another circle, and what about one over here? No, just a little too small. Anyhow, so, you know, let's put an earring together real quick. All right, so something like this, and something small on top. It's the story of 3s. Isn't that really cute? You know, you join it with a jump ring, and I'm talking about a finished product. And remember, artwork that has 3s in it. You know, it's like the 3 little bears, the mama bear, the papa bear, and the baby bear. Well, this is the mama bear, this is the papa bear, this is the baby bear. And I try to remember that in all of my designs. Even if I do something like this, you still have the mama bear, the papa bear, and the baby bear, right? Well, it'll probably look, let's get this one. There we go. We had the papa bear, we had the mama bear, and we had the baby bear. Or we could do something like that or something like that. But it's the 3 together. All right, time to glue things up. All right, so another viewer just asked, all right, these are great, how to make these and everything, but how do you get the hole in there? All right, so if you want to use your hole punch, go ahead and punch 3 holes in them. I don't like doing it that way. We're going to triple stack these and glue it together and come out with a hard bead like this. All right, I can't do this physically right now, but I'm going to show you what I bought. These are little brad setters. This is a Martha Stewart one, and I have another technique, or you can also use a wood burning tool. I got this $1 at a thrift store. I got this at a thrift store, and I'm going to show you how it works. Basically, this one has a bunch of little hole sizes because it's made specifically for grommets. This one, I think I might have a few little Martha Stewart things, and what it is this little thing rotates, and I've had a lot of upper surgery, so I just can't do it. It's only been a few days since the surgery, but basically you put it on here, and I'm on a little mat. Get over here. And you punch down a few times, and voila, you have a hole, and it'll go through something this thick, but right now I just don't have the strength. So that's how you get the hole. Thank you, caller, for that. Now we're going to glue things together. So I'm going to show you a couple of different ways with different clamps. All right, these are the clamps that you get at Dollar Tree, and they come down hard, and you know, I would use this for this, but not if I'm doing anything fine. By the time we're done with this, you know, I can put these little chips. This has some paper adhered to it, and I can run it through my little crinkulator, and you can't tell that I used a harsh chip. But I'm going to use the 3 different binders, and I'm going to show you how to do it. Basically, you don't want to use a lot of glue. You don't want to use too little glue. And, you know, something like this. Usually I put this in my lap, you know, and you can use the Jots glue from Dollar Tree. Believe it or not, our Dollar Tree was out of it. And I'm going to glue the shiny side. I actually like working on the cardboard. So basically, I just get a little bit of glue going, not too much. Now then, if you notice, my glue isn't to the edges. But what I do is I get a chip like this, and I'm doing it shiny side to shiny side. Not necessary. I just go around a little bit. I just mush it like this. There we go. Mush it all together, and then I'm ready for my next layer. I get my next layer, put a little bit of glue down, and then I want to make sure I coat it to the edges. There we go. Mush it all together. Now this is the important thing. You can see there's spaces and everything around there. I'm going to get a couple of these binder clips and make sure that all 3 of the seams are together. Now you may be saying, you're getting glue on your fingers. I like having glue on my fingers, so I'm going to put that down, do it again, put that down. And you know what, if one of these edges stick up tomorrow when you undo it, then you can just put down a little bit more glue, and wherever the offensive area is, put on a binder clip again. But 99% of the time, I just don't have that problem. I can see a little bit of glue oozing out, so I'm just going to wipe it. You know, I try not to get it on the chipboard. It makes it easier to paint if it remains the chipboard, but it's looking pretty good, and that's how I do it with this type of clip. And you know what? They set up like that. So yeah, next I'm going to put this on my cookie sheet. All right, next, if you want to make some half moon chips, it's just like the other process. I take this, I measure this. This is 2 inches, so I want it halfway, so I'm going to put it on the 1 inch. I'm going to do my best. I can see where the lines are. Measure it real good. Put it down. Wait a minute, it's not closing. Why aren't you closing? We'll be right back. All right, I seem to have had some tape, and basically you go like that, cut it in half, or you can use your scissors. Looky, I got a couple of half moon shapes, and they line up perfectly, so I'm going to do one more, and we're going to glue it together. Since that's how I started the video, we're going to get it as close to that little line as possible, move it over. Perfect. Fold that. Oops, I moved it a little bit. You know what? It's not an exact science, but usually, all right, here's one of my secrets is, yep, move it back this way, is usually when I'm doing boring, mundane things like this, I got my computer right there and I'm watching The Blacklist or something good on Netflix. So I'm being entertained and cutting these pieces. All right, so I have my 3 pieces and we're going to glue it together because I did promise you we're going to make something different, right? I don't want you to say, oh, she showed us this and she did half moon. So all 3 of these line up really, really nice together. Not a problem. But like me, I don't know. I like the cardboard side out. Why? Because when I finish it and Mod Podge it, I think this will absorb it better. That's just my own personal preference. So we're going to get some of this. And like I said, you can use the stuff from the Dollar Tree. All right. And one of the things, please don't be one of those people that, you know, 10 hours have gone by and you have to take these apart, you know, take the clamps off. Don't do it. Just let it sit there and rest for a day. You know, like I said, this is my chore in the morning. I make up a bunch of chips. I put them away. And then the next day I take them all apart and make some more chips. And then I always have something to work with. And this way I also don't have trash in my vehicle. So I'm just doing the same repetitive process over and over again. Oh, look, James Spader killed somebody. I love The Blacklist. I really do. I only have 2 more seasons to go, and then I'll find something else to binge watch while I make my crafts, right? All right, so basically we're just going to do the same 3 clamps, and I think I'll clamp it. I'm going to center it, then clamp it to the side, clamp it to the side, and I showed you how to put holes in it, but basically you're going to have a piece like this, and voila, you're done. All right, so I have 3 more circles, and basically, you know what, this one has a little imperfection here, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide it in the middle. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue here, put some glue here. Where's the imperfect one? Let's feel, this is the imperfect one. I'm going to glue it like that. Squishy, squishy the glue out to the sides. Squishy it all around. Get some more glue. I don't think I used enough glue. You know, it's one of those things that just takes practice. You don't want to use too much glue. You don't want to use too little glue. And I'm real happy that, like this shiny stuff, it sticks really well. You see the chips I'm getting, right? Mush it out to the side, and then we just align all 3 up. Get one of my clamps. Clamp it down. Get another clamp. I see a little oozing out. Just wipe it right there. Clamp it down. Clamp it down. Now then, I'm going to finish and show you how the other 2 clamps, how to use them, because there's different positions and everything. Isn't that sweet? And tomorrow we're going to make a project with it. So cool. All right, so I have so many of these big round chips, and believe it or not, people love big earrings. They really do. And you know, one of the ways I like to finish them, I don't think I had enough glue there. We're going to add some more glue. See, and I'm showing you all this way. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. Yes, I do. And it's okay to make mistakes. That's all part of life. It really is. I think that's the best part of life. So there we go. And, you know, other people may say, oh, man, you're using cardboard for an earring. You know, they put, like, earrings and stuff as artwork that should last forever. And it's like, you know what? Usually I sell my earrings, you know, the cheaper stuff that takes me 5 minutes to make. I charge $10 for it. You know, there is no guaranteed lifetime that this earring is going to last for as long as the owner is alive. There's no implied consent or warranty, you know. It's just an earring. It's a fun earring. Things do get damaged, but these chips, they're really, really solid. Once again, I love making these chips. It saves me a bunch of money. And, you know, they come out looking pretty good. All right. Oh, I got a little bit of glue oozing. We're going to wipe the little bit of glue oozing and then put it on our cookie sheet. All right, so I got another good question. Why 3 chips? Why not 2 chips? Why not 4 chips? 3 just seems to be the sweet spot. 2 seem to be to me to be a little bit too flimsy, and 4 seem to be a little too thick. Remember, we're making earrings. We don't want to make them real heavy. We want to make them nice and lightweight. That's what we want to do, is make nice lightweight little earrings, and 4 just felt too heavy to me. And why did I show you how to do this stuff with soda cans, and why are we now doing it with cardboard? Because when I'm out camping, I don't have access to a lot of soda cans. I will run out of soda cans, just like I had the box for the soda. So why not use up everything? Keep as much stuff out of the landfill as possible. Not giving a lecture or anything, but it's like, why throw it away? I'm a cheap person. Why throw it away? Why not do something creative with it? My recycled earrings sell really well. So you tell people this came from a soda can box, and usually when I set up my booth, I have, soda cans at my booth. I'll have a soda can box. I'll have a Tide bottle at my box. And I show these people that, yeah, there is another way. It doesn't have to wind up in the landfill. I don't want to, I'm not trying to get preachy. I have no opinion on what's happening out there in politic land. I just hate things to go to waste. I was raised in that generation. My grandparents lived through the, what was it called when everybody starved back in the 20s and 30s, the Great Depression. They lived through the Great Depression, so they taught me how to use up everything, make everything usable. All right, so I only have a couple of these clips left. We're going to switch over to the other clips. All right, so I cut down a bunch of these into the little half moons, and we're going to use these clamps. Now these clamps have a nice little gel coating on them, so they're nice and soft, and I'm going to go ahead and glue these up and show you how I clamp them up. So first we need is some glue working. Yay! And Lucy's back. Yay! All right, so we were gluing up piece 1. And half moons are no different than anything else. We're just using that really nice little clamp. I'm going to put the shiny side on one side, mush out the glue to the edges. There we go. Line it up, flip it over, and put down a layer of glue. I'm not sure whether this will take 4 or 5. I've never done half moons before. There we go. Go ahead. Mushy, mushy, mushy. You want to get a really nice, good seal. All right, so I pulled out 3 of the little pink clamps, looking for oozing. All right, and I'm just going to clamp it. I'm going to make sure it's all lined up. Believe it or not, this stuff sticks fast. It really does. It loves paper. All right, there's 1. There's 2. I'll make sure it doesn't slide. All right, 3. And I think, oh, we got a little bit of oozing. Let me get it off the cardstock. 4, 5. There we go. That's what it'll look like when it's done. But you know what? We're going to let it glue up 24 hours, and within 24 hours, we'll have a nice little paint chip or wood chip to go ahead and paint up. All right, so I've been cutting out these little half moons. I've been gluing a lot of them up, but the blade got a little bit dull, so all I'm going to do is put my blade down, and it's going to make a mess. Of course, it's going to make a hot mess. I could also cut a can, but this is going to sharpen it up real nice. It'll get a nice little point. That paper really, really ruins it. So, wait a minute, let me point it down more so you can see it. Ah, that's funny. All I'm doing is I'm just getting a little piece right there, and I'm just running it back and forth, get some of that paper chunk out of the blade. See, now it's cutting even better. So next I'm going to cut out some more half moon shapes, and we'll be gluing it up using our 3rd set of clamps. So is the proof in the pudding? I'm going to put that in there. Wait a minute. I do that all the time. All right, so we're going to put that in there. Did I sharpen up my blade a little bit? Move my blade back a little. I'm using a little bit of pressure, and this slight pressure to cut Not too much pressure. There we go. There we go. That's a lot better, and I can finish it off with a thing of scissors. Not a problem at all. I just didn't use enough pressure on that one. All right, so it seems to have helped. Yay. Let's do one more. Let's do one more. Let's see if we're right. Let's test our theory. All right, let's line it up. 1.5. Got to make sure it's right there. I'm having a lot of luck. These are lining up nicely. Yes, squish it in a little bit. There we go. Some light pressure. There we go. There we go. Cut it right in half. Wonderful. All right, so last but not least, we're going to glue things down with these Daiso ones. Now, I like these Daiso ones better than the ones from Dollar Tree. Why? Because the Dollar Tree ones, even though you get 6 in a pack for $1.25, that's where the rubber ends, right there. This is rubberized all along right there. So let's begin. And I did cut down a bunch more half moons after I basically sharpened up the blade a little bit. That paper really dulls things out, so we're going to spread up some glue, and we're just going to see how it fits best. And I'm not sure whether we're going to paint these tomorrow, decorate these tomorrow, what we're going to do. We need our little glue sheet because I just glued my finger. Yes, I did. All right. Here we go. And we got cardboard on both sides. We're going to glue the third piece down. And I like the way this is matching up. I basically figured out I have a 2-inch circle. Half of 2 inches is 1 inch. And just make sure everything lines up on the 1 inch. All right, wipe the extra glue down. Now then, like I said, we got a nice surface area. Look at all that surface area. So I'm going to put that, wait a minute, let's line it up just a little bit better. And I've used these a lot, these little clamps. And yes, you can use regular clothespins, but really, it's just, these are so much easier. And I don't know if they sell these in different stores. All right, so this is going to take 2 on the flat area. And I think I'm going to put 2 more on the bottom area, so it's going to look like this. And we're going to go ahead and put that on our cookie sheet. All right, so that looks nice. We're going to get 3 more. I'm going to do 1 more in front of you. And then we wait 24 hours. Now it's 5:30 p.m. right now. I'm not taking these apart until tomorrow afternoon. You know, let them glue. Let them dry. And in fact, you can take these apart after 24 hours. They'll be really nice and dry. But if you want to wait another 24 hours before you paint on them, make sure, you know, all the inner recesses is dry, go for it. Because, you know, I'm sure the clamps that we're using is hiding some of the area where there's wet glue. So, you know, that's why I make bunches and bunches of these in advance. Again, same process. Same process. Oh my gosh, I'm going to have like a whole bag full of these. And, you know, yeah, of course, you know, I can get these over at Hobby Lobby, maybe 20 pieces, $8.99, use a coupon, but that really wasn't the point. The point was I had the materials anyhow. Why not do it? All right. All right, I've been working with different placements of my clips, and I'm going to show you the one that I think works out best. Oops, got a little smidge of glue on me. And, you know, even though the glue oozes out a little bit, I've never really had them stick to the clamps. So, that's not a problem. And like I said, I just wipe it. But I seem to like this shape a lot better. It's going to glue really well, and I can fit multiple of them on my cookie sheet better than this shape. So I'm just going to rearrange this shape, and yeah, glue has oozed out. And if you want to check back frequently and see where your oozing is, that's fine. Or tomorrow when I take it all apart, I'll just trim it with scissors. All right, and that'll sit a lot nicer on my cookie sheet.
So I hope to make a lot of these little chips because we're coming up on Veterans Day and we're going to make some beautiful smashing earrings. I will see you down the road.